of its voice tech. So this time I'm on my laptop, my Acer Gateway laptop. This one is the 1.70. We have quick CPU. Now, remember, like I said, since I'm running a capture program, temperature is gonna increase, utilization will increase. It's not too bad though. 8 gig of RAM. The limit is 9 gig for virtual. 7 total. Still not bad. I have a cooling fan on this, even without quick CPU. Always had a cooling fan on this. This thing always run hot. I've upgraded the laptop to the max. We changed out the mechanical 330 gig hard drive, and we put in a 256 Silicon Graphics solid state drive. Also change out the 802.11, put in 802.11ac dual core. Dual band. It's in here, running at 5 gigahertz. Very quick. It's up to 867. It's in here, so it's AC 1350. So these are the temperatures, the core rates. Virtual memory and physical memory. This laptop going to be upgraded to 8. I did that right away. Back then it was really cheap. So just make sure on this, on the memory, hold on a second. Under options, you have memory auto clean setup turned on. Because by default, it's turned off. I have this set up so it minimizes, starts up on Windows Startup. And this is what you do here. And that's it. Another program that I use, that you can use too, is Wwise Game Booster. Even though it's made for gaming, it's supposed to free up the memory. It doesn't do it automatically, but it automatically tests the system. And it shows you what can be optimized. And this is basically what it's doing. Now we see that the recorder capture program is taking up 146 megabytes of memory. Can't turn it off because I hit it, it'll shut off. Quick is taking 93%, taking 142 meg of memory as well. It can also automatically optimize the whole computer as well. Network connection settings. I think it has a little bit more network settings than comes with Wwise Care 365. It has SSD optimizations as well. And games, but I don't use it for gaming. I was using it for cleaning up the computer sources. I just installed something pretty interesting. Where is it? Wwise Program Uninstaller. So this shows you what's. Now you're gonna say, gee, doesn't Windows 11 and 10 and 7 have something? That's right, they do. But if you got a program that is not able to uninstall. I had one just like that. And here, let's say I want to get rid of CPU ID. I hit uninstall. Okay. Here it didn't give me an option. There was a program in here still, Game Booster. It gave me an option to safe install, uninstall, or force uninstall, because that was still lingering in the system. Not only that it was still in the system, it had registry files associated with that. Because when you remove a program, not all the time can registry files be removed. Now it's showing here, there's a key in here still. So there's always junk left behind. Fragments of files and stuff in there. So all you have to do here, hit remove. And it's gone. I don't have nothing else in here. On my main desktop, there's 2 files on there I would like to get rid of. This one, I don't really need this either. Let's get rid of this one. Not unnecessary to keep. Let's show you what Wise Program Uninstaller does. This is free. They don't charge you for this. They got a lot of free programs, and the free programs do work. I use it, but a lot of them it's it's manual. That's good, and that's about it. That's right. I don't have much programs on here. This also takes out plugins or extensions. These are all the extensions I run. There was a nasty one from let's see, this one here, UltraSurf. Yeah, system components. Those are mostly Microsoft Visual C++, Metro, desktop icons. I don't have really anything on desktop. Get rid of that too. Yeah, it's not a bad little program. I mean, they do have a lot of good, interesting things. Now, how did I get that? Well, I went in here. I mean, you can just type Wise Cleaner on the browser and it'll come up. Let me see something here. I just clicked on About. It's wisecleaner.com. And they got their products here. You got data recovery for Mac. Well, you get what you need. Wise Plugin Manager. Whatever it is that you... Well, there's a memory optimizer. It's also free. They don't seem to charge you for that. And that's supposed to manage the memory in the system. It's almost like what Quick is doing. Quick CPU. Well, I'll tell you what it does. It frees up memory taken up by some useless application. Defries memory to boost performance. Empty standby memory, cache memory to increase free memory. So that's what it does. And that means Microsoft just not doing what's supposed to. Well, that's something I've ran that. I don't run it anymore. Then they got first stage troubleshooting little problems in Windows that seem to occur. See, Microsoft got rid of all the icons on the on the desktop. Yeah, because there was a problem with memory and allocation, and sometimes the icons would turn white. Yeah, there was. I had a script. The script would fix it, but who want to keep running the script all the time? So they decided just to remove it all. Well, I mean, you could still have it, but by having it, you still might have problems. I don't have a link to my tech site here. I don't. I like Windows 11. I liked all the versions I used, but I've come a long way. I know 11 is not perfect. Yeah, this is also my channel. This is a coach channel. Dating, stuff like that, advice, social, personal. I do that also. So we got this. And I actually I put some of my musics that I write and create and produce on here, but I put on different. I call it produced by Coach Albert Ashton, and I changed the name around. Well, these videos are premium videos. They have a real life animation instead of making it that way. Okay, so technology page is here. And this is the tech page. Well, the screen capture program is better because it's very hard. This is a reflective LED screen, so when you have external camera on a reflector screen, it's not gonna capture it correctly. So, that's interesting. I wonder why it's not running. Well, I'm giving you guys, and if girls are here, everybody, I'm giving you. We're gonna do a lot of testing on the Windows. I still haven't showed you my deployment stuff, how I set up in that. Uh, I'm actually right now looking for a micro PC. I want to play around with that since I installed them at this other company. Uh, we installed 400 of them. I mean, but I just wanted to see how they would work on my network. One guy he told me this: you better with a laptop. Yeah, but I don't want a laptop. I got a lot of laptops. I don't have anything micro. It beats. I want to see if they're any good because I can because let's see what. Let's see if we can get to Amazon. If we put down, I typed in this dot micro PC. Now, here you got the generic ones from other manufacturers. Well, these are brand new. Look at it. Look how much that. Even with the $50 coupon, you're still looking at $400. But you can get an I. Most people buy these stuff used. Well, here's one for $126. The Beelink T140 Mini Windows 10 Celeron. No, remember Celeron means no release CPU. um, yeah. Why do we need to buy a Celeron? Celeron's alright. I have a Celeron on this one here, an i3 version, dual core. See. Well, this is $126. So what do you get for 126? And how do you know about these? This is running a 1.10 gigahertz burst. It's 240. So with quick CPU, that's what I want to run. I want to run quick CPU on this. I want to see if we can overclock it and what happens. But I know there's no fans in there, so it would have to be cooled. Since it's dual core, maximum it runs at 2.40. So this would be sluggish. This has 4K Ultra. Okay, this only has 4 gig of RAM. It'd be struggling. It seems to come with. Let me see what the ports are. Okay, so it has a LAN port. It has a USB. It looks like it has DP ports. 2 DP ports. Let me see. I'm getting an idea. Oh, okay. HDMI port. Oh, it's 2 HDMI ports. They look like DP ports because the way they curved. So you're gonna hook up 2 monitors to this, and you have a Type C. In the back, in the front, look like you have 2 more 3.0 ports. That's power port. So the only thing with this is 4 gig of RAM, and let's see. Can it be upgradable? This is what? 2.4 gigahertz, 5.8 gigahertz. So it's dual band Wi-Fi. Has Bluetooth 4.0, which is 5.0 is much better. 64 gig of storage. Like I said, if you have a NAS on your network, you don't have to worry about storage, or because what are you going to store in there? Your files and stuff. That's pretty much it. 206 people bought this. I'm literally buying anything with 4 gig of RAM. It doesn't even say it's upgradable. See, it doesn't have the same CPU that's in the Windows Gateway laptop CPU. That one's the N400. That's you can do 4K. I don't know. And that's a 2 point. That's a 2 point. That's almost like a 2.8, almost 3 gigahertz. With the quick CPU running, you can actually push it. So this basically has 3 USB ports in this. One LAN HDMI port, 2 HDMI ports. It has a large, quiet fan and heatsink. So okay, there is a thing. That's DD3 RAM. 64 eMMC. 10100 1000 LAN. AC 802.11. That's good. Aha. See what he said here? Can't handle 4K YouTube. Yeah. For you to get it to handle 4K YouTube, you would have to use quick CPU, and you would have to force it. Then another problem is the RAM. With 4 gig of RAM, we already know that we're not going to have that much room. Now, this is 8 gig of RAM. At least we have extra. space. We have 9. So you have a different. Okay, so with the virtual RAM with 8, you have 9. With 4 gig of RAM and virtual RAM, you have 5. Yeah, it won't be able to handle 4K. They have another one, 450. It's the same thing. See, now, would this be worth it? But, gee, I know it's brand new. Wow, these were cheap a while ago. They had this Elite for 194. Let me see something here. They got this one. I have another keyboard. Let's see. This is not. Yeah, I should be able to. See, you can get a whole system. Well, you really don't need it, but it's not too bad. 162. Some of these Core 5s, they're quad core. You get 8 gig of RAM. Well, that's $162. With this, you get Intel i4 3.1, 8 gig of RAM. I don't really care about the hard drive. Yeah, they take them from companies. This one is the one I was looking at. This is a dual core. I'm sorry, this is a quad core system. I know it's made. The processor was made back in 2014, but 148. To me, ain't bad. This one, that's a G1. The G2 is another $20. I don't care about the size of the drive because I can always replace that. The processor speed is 3.20. We would have to overclock that. These are i7s. The i7s and 733. I used to install these in businesses. They're alright. Remember, it's a business machine. With the desktop, you can actually you can use them for gaming. Let's see, this one has 16 gig of RAM. 16 gig RAM system for one. But this is a little old. This is an 800 high performance business computer. Intel quad core i5 3.7, 16 gig of RAM, 159. This has a DVD player. Yeah, I wish they would show you what's in the back. Most likely, this is gonna come with DP display ports in the back. They might have HDMI. i5 Intel. If you know which i5 core it is, you can look it up and see if it's okay. It's quad core, 16 gig of RAM. That'd be DD3, DDR3. The 802.11n. I'll have to take that out. Or I can put one of these sticks on there as long as it has USB 3.0. But I really want to go a small form factor. So it's running Pro Windows. Oh, somebody did open it up. Mechanical hard drive. Has 4 trays. Should all. Let's see. Came pretty much described 4 core Intel 3.2 gigahertz with 16 gig of RAM. Interior was very clean when opening. Not any dust apparent. Looked brand new. It had a 256 boot drive and a 1 terabyte hard drive, both configured properly and loaded with Windows 10 Pro. The included keyboard and mouse were a brand I had never heard of. Yeah, well, that's what they're gonna grab something else and put in there. Um, the power supply is rated at 240 watts, so it's a bit small to add a graphics card. The system was idling about 30 watts. Drawer CPU 84. These guys like me, very technical client, really get into it. It's not bad for what you get. So he was happy with it. But see, you get 16 gig of RAM, so you'd have a better start. The processor speed and dual core. The i7 ones are a bit more money, bigger terabyte. I don't really care about all this because I run a NAS. I don't really keep anything on here. The only thing I would keep on here is like the operating system, Office. Now Office, I have Office is in the cloud, so it's only a shell program on the computer. So yeah, so gone are the days that you really need so much hard drive space. And a lot of you might have Google, Android, cell phones, or you have I Macintosh and the Apple, and you have cloud, and you're paying for storage on there. You can, but if you're running Windows, then if you have Office, they give you a terabyte of storage, so you can play around with that. That's good for installing stuff, but you still need a NAS in the house. and or you could turn one of the little those Pi mini device computers into a NAS, but I don't like the Pi 4 system. I don't care for it. I'm waiting for that other system to come out. It's supposed to be $99, and it's supposed to be able. It's a quad core board. It's $99. That's bare bones. That will only come with the processor, and you have to add RAM to it, hard drive, SSD or EMC. You're gonna have to, yeah. So that is something to look forward to. So that one, it'll be a little mini micro computer, and you can add what you want to it. We can buy this system here. Just that bad. Then we have this one with 8 gig of RAM. I know these could be upgraded. Well, let me see something. Let me see what the reviews on this one goes. Let's see. This is running in the save memory mode. Core speed 4 core. Running variant of Linux on it and use it for 8 to 12 hours a day. Not 24/7, but shutting it on off usually harder on PCs than I've read. So I occasionally boot into Windows 10 partition to do so. My only complaint is the fan pretty low around 25 dB in normal workload. So so far. So he put 8 gig of DDR3, 4 gig each slot. He put an ADATA 240 SSD. Intel graphics is 4600. Intel Ether USB adapter 802. The box came with the HP 800G1, a full-size keyboard, and optical mouse, a display port, HDMI adapter, one USB Bluetooth adapter, 802.11 and network adapter. Let's see if I can power something. That's the back. See, these have the old VGA board. This is DisplayPort 1, DisplayPort 2. They need that cable for that. HDMI. You hook up to three. This we can hook up 3 monitors with the VGA. So you have 2, 1, 2, 3. These must have been used for marketing or financial. It has 3.0 ports in the back. An Ethernet port. Audio. See, this is what I might be looking for, because I want to hook up 3 monitors for the main computer. And I have 1 port VGA, but this has 2 more displays. So this has 3 display ports. I usually look at the most recent. Apparently, Amazon Renew simply links to random vendors because I ordered an additional 3 units after these 10 because I needed more. Don't we all? But they came from different vendors' names. ASTSY, and these were slightly different than the other 10 units from the vendor name. Are refurbs. To be fair, they have Wi-Fi also included a USB adapter, a spare USB Wi-Fi adapter for extra measure, and weirdly, the refurbished process included applying a black adhesive tape label over all external surfaces to hide possible blemishes, but essentially the same, so I can't complain. These later 3 units were $20 less. Each was about $150, so I feel pretty good overall. I don't know. This one, how much is this one? This one costs $148. Ah, this one get here until June 10th. Only 20 left in stock. Okay. This account. Well, I'm just using a regular account, so we're not using anything. I have Prime. I'm just curious to see. All right. If you have a business account, you can get this thing. You can get these even cheaper. So if you set up a business account with Amazon, yeah. By the way, because some people use their personal account. So that's about it. I might end up getting one. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Okay, new ones are just way too expensive. Nope, nope. The site doesn't say here. Here, Robert. Here's a computer. You want a computer? No, it don't work like that. No, no, no. Their computers, all their computers are in-house. They're only programmed for their network and their setup. Because I know when I turn them on, well, they come on right away. It boots up into Windows 10. But he said that was in Windows 10. It is 10. It's a special 10 designed for their network. And then they had old Lenovo's with the red band. Those are really old. The ones I installed was the Ryzen's, the new ones. 16 gig of RAM. Those are the mini ones. All right, hey, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I know some people didn't understand my jargon. I know I can get very technical, but those of you who are like me will understand what I'm talking about. Most techs who are on YouTube, they're gonna, you know, I'm not sponsored by nobody. I used to be sponsored a long time ago when I used to do this stuff. When like for instance, I used to do stuff with TP Link. They would send me hardware. I would test it out and I would put it on my channel. But I don't have that connection anymore. I never really, in, but I did get their business equipment. I have their business equipment here, and that's pretty much what I use now. I paid for it, everything. I didn't get no bargain or discount. And there was another company too. I can't find them anymore. There was a Taiwanese company. It came with an E something. I'd have to look it up. I used to belong to Small Business Network. I'm sure they're still around. I think I have an account on there still. I should look on that. Maybe I can find out. What they do, they test out all the network gear and stuff like that. But he never gone as deep as I did in network testing, because we pushed those boxes to the limit. But the router I have today is very powerful, and you still need an access point. Even though the router can do the whole house, it does. Some routers can do 1,500 square feet. Some of them can do 3,000 square feet. But you're going to run into the same issue that I ran into. You still need access points on the ceiling. Yeah, and power over Ethernet access point. You get that. You learn how that works. Then you can install them on the side for other customers. You learn how that's done. I was going to do that, but it's kind of hard. Some of those access points are way up in the ceiling, and you need to know how to use a lift to hoist yourself up in the air. You're talking about 12 feet up in the air to put an access point. Then you have to get the wiring. You need help. One person can't do it alone. You need help, and a lot of you might have your own businesses and you're doing it already. Here, you come here, you learn a lot. I tell it like it is. It's a shame I can't run into most people like myself, because they don't know. They only know what they've been exposed to. But if you ever get in charge of a deployment, let me know. Because sometimes I know you're not supposed to bring certain equipment in, and but I did what I had to do to make sure. I had to know if everybody had Windows 10 or 7 installed at the time, because the techs on site at different locations, they were very lazy. Just they're supposed to report in. Okay, did everything get installed? How did it go? Those are the reports. And same thing when I do this kind of work. I do lead work with deployments. But a lot of fun. But now it's 2022 and things are a lot different now. Most likely the client they get their upper management, those in like oh, IT infrastructure, like that. They get involved. Like this last project, even though we had a lead, the lead wasn't really a lead because the client was on top. The client was telling everybody what to do. Yeah, so then their senior vice president came down, and he got involved, got his hands dirty. It was amazing, and an IT engineer too. And they were hooking up and doing stuff. I haven't seen anything like that, because most likely they never got involved. They would stay in the background, and you do all the work. And the IT guy, he's like VP. He told me, none of you are going to be installing none of these machines unless you pass me. Make sure, in other words, what he was trying to say, you would have to, let me see what you can do, and then if you pass, you can move on. He was very strict. I had no problem. doing too long. Oops. Well, anyway, that wraps it up. Okay, thanks for watching. Let me see if I can shut this off. Don't forget to subscribe. Any questions, feel free to ask. Okay. 45-minute video. Alright. That's it. It's a wrap.